My next guest and her team are the creators of Imagine Picasso, Imagine Van Gogh, and now they bring us Imagine Monet, and just such an incredible, interactive, really beautiful experience. If you've never experienced one of these before, I can't tell you enough. It's coming to the EY Center, by the way, on June the 16th. Here to tell us more about it, I'm joined by Annabelle Mauger. Welcome to the show, Annabelle. This is incredible what you and your team do. I want to talk about the inspiration, first of all, of starting these, you know, Van Gogh and Picasso. Where did this idea come from?
This idea came from a place called Cathédrale d'Images in south of France. To be honest, this is my job for more than 20 years now. My big inspiration came from this because it was my grandfather-in-law who invented the concept of image totale and immersive experience.
And it's really immersive. So for people that have never experienced one of these immersive shows or events that you put on, how would you describe it to them?
I would say to them and to those visitors that they're just going to enter in a dream come true. When you're in the exhibition, entering in this room, it's like walking in a dream. It's like walking in the garden of Claude Monet, between those flowers, between those water lilies.
Claude Monet is a name that everybody knows. I mean, quite frankly, it's so famous that you just say Monet and everyone knows exactly who you're talking about. We're all familiar with Claude Monet, but, you know, for people that don't really understand how incredibly influential he was, just tell us a little bit about Claude Monet.
If I have to define Claude Monet, I would say that he was a revolution as itself, which means that, you know, it disrupts all the art history. Before, you know, we were talking about clear lines, we were just defining all the contour of the object we were painting, all the figures, and Claude Monet arrived and he said that he didn't want to paint any object. He wanted to paint the distance between him and the object. And that changed everything, because what you see is just a mirage.
Right. How do you choose the pieces? I mean, he has so many, of course, famous pieces. Will there be pieces that you've kind of found that maybe even some of us aren't even familiar with?
Oh, most of them are very familiar.
Right.
You know, he was painting during his entire life, and he died, he was really, really old. But we had to choose, because I was working about those choices with Androula Michael, who is one of the most important art historians of the 19th century. And I would say that we choose the most important one. You will see 200
wow.
of paintings. I would say cut in 3,000 pieces in half an hour, and with a loop, you know. But I would say most of his art will be there. First of all, you will discover him and his environment, because he was painting a lot his family, so his wives, his children. And then you will discover all the series he has done, because, you know, as Impressionism, he was obsessed with light. And he painted the same object, I mean, the Cathedral of Rouen, or many bridges in London, many times, at different times of the day, or at different time of the year. I mean, between every seasons, you know, autumn,
right.
Winter, summer. And at the end, of course, it was very important for me to spend many times on the water lily, because he spent in Giverny the last 30 years of his life. And I think it was very, very important to stay in this period.
The educational component, I was saying to you how fascinated I was because, you know, when I went to the Van Gogh, Imagine Van Gogh, you know, I knew about him, but you really make sure that there's an educational component to each of these as well, right?
Yeah. Yes, I worked a lot with Andrew Michael, who is the art historian dedicated to the exhibition. It's not the Wikipedia
Yeah.
text you're going to cover, and that was really, really important for me because I think it's important for the visitors to understand what we're doing. And of course, when I'm preparing an exhibition like this, the first question is why? Why do I will put this painter, this artist in an immersive way?
Well, and you did such a great job, and I love that educational component is at the beginning. You learn, and then you get to immerse yourself. Annabelle, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. I'm just going to remind our viewers, June 16th to August 14th. This is happening at the EY Center. Get your tickets ahead of time. We'll be right back.